What's up, folks? I'm recording a little late today. It's 11 p.m. right now. I'm back. I am back, and I have some stuff that I might talk about. Today we're gonna be playing a new deck. New in quotes. This is Bolt deck. This is made by PvZ Tryhard. I don't have the full deck because it has more like teleportation zombies and stuff. But basically, the gist of this deck is that you're doing it's just all tricks. You're Rust Bolt, you're doing tricks, you got cheap tricks with Teacher, you got a bunch of like tempo stuff with like the not Lurch for Lunch, leftovers, and the going viral. So mostly my win condition is going to be like getting them down to 12 health with all this stuff, and then teleport Trickster to finish. So this is probably one of my sweatier decks. And let's check on Lawn Wars right now. 14th place. We got to get that up. Let's just head straight into it. Yeah, this is one of my sweatier decks. It's pretty good, but it's also one of those decks with most other decks is like you can just end up getting like horrible hands or like just bricking really hard, and it kind of sucks. But when that happens, it happens. So whatever. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about some things I wanted to do on this channel. So this is my kill combo, so that's W. That's a W. I am a good player. Trying to think if I want to re-roll any of this. This is kind of nice. Do I need the Teacher is the thing? Do I need it? I don't think I do. It's not as good as I'd hope, but it's alright. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about some things I wanted to do on this channel. I definitely intend for this to kind of be like a zero editing or like minimal editing kind of channel. Like you've seen like my videos so far have just been all like, you know, straight shot recordings, you know, nothing crazy. I kind of plan to just keep it that way. I mean, I didn't really set out to make a channel that's super like innovating or anything. This is just like my own yaps, like my own yap dimension. So just wanted to keep the videos nice and low effort on the editing. Just makes it easy on me, and it makes it easy for me to do this kind of stuff daily. You know, it's not like a large task to do. Like I have another channel that I post like a bit more like PC game stuff on, and I try and like edit those videos down into like actual like fun videos to watch, which is awesome, and I love doing that. But it's just like that. Oh my god, the weed spray value right now, holy shit, this weed spray value is gonna go crazy. But yeah, that kind of stuff just it's a lot. It's just a lot to do. So I don't want to make this channel one of those. But yeah, let's see what else I can talk about. I don't know, I have some interesting things going on in my life right now, you know, like I'm probably still gonna rocket this. Actually, I block. Fuck it, bro. I block. I'm gonna get the superpowers here. Yeah, just a lot of interesting things going on in my life right now. Like I am having a lot of trouble with, oh shit, hold on. This kind of seems like a waste, but I'm just going to spend this. He only has got 3 cards, so I'm not too worried. Also, I have Rocket to answer anything else he has. I just want more room for me to draw after I block. Well, I'm not blocking anymore, but you get what I mean. Yeah, so I don't know. I've just been struggling a lot recently with like anxiety. I don't know if anyone can really relate to this, but I mean, I'm sure people can. Anxiety is not like too rare or anything, but yeah, I just been having a lot of anxiety recently about just like the direction my life is going and stuff, and I'm not gonna get like too personal with it. Like I'm not gonna go into that great detail here, but it's just a scary thing, you know what I mean? It's just not fun to be worrying about where I'm gonna be and like what I'm gonna do with my life. But I feel like that's also the kind of thing that everyone ends up going through, you know, at some point in their life. do I spend the superhero or superpower for 3 health? I do, because I want my trickster cheaper. But yeah, you know, just to keep it like real, like, you know, I dropped out of college a while ago, and I think personally, I think it was like the right thing for me to do. You know, I was struggling a lot in my classes, and that kind of stuff is just like, it's just not built for me, man. Like, I don't want to say like not built for me at all, but it's just like I'm just not very good at school. I never really have been. You know, my whole life I've just been like, you know, just been. Sorry, I'm gonna pause the app real quick because I have to use some brain power for this. Let's go ahead and I can draw for free. Like, why not? Just make my trickster cheaper. Holy shit. It's actually gonna go crazy. I'm gonna I'm gonna leftovers a couple times just to make it 0. Actually, this is fine. We'll do trickster here. This will be GG's, so. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, I dropped out of school because it's just very hard for me. I was excited to get into college at one point, just because, like, you know, it's kind of like, I feel like especially in America, it's just like, that's the kind of thing where it's like, you know, you kind of need to do college to like be successful, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know you can succeed without a degree, but that's just what you're kind of funneled into, you know, from school. And so I thought I would give it a go, and it was an enjoyable experience. You know, I'm actually very glad that I have the, you know, like, privilege to be able to go to college. A lot of people can't, you know, really afford that kind of stuff. So to be in a position where I can just like go to college just for kind of like the experience of it, you know, I don't take that for granted. Because I met a lot of cool people in college that I actually still talk to every day. You know what I mean? Like, I met some of my best friends in college. But it's just, you know, school is just a very hard thing for me to do. You know, ever since I was little, I just struggled in school a lot, and just had a lot of, like, I don't know, just had a lot of issues in school, man. And I think, you know, once I started, like, kind of failing my classes or whatever in college, and I was just like, you know, not getting good grades and stuff, I was like, I kind of had to sit down and really just be like, look, like, is this really something that I should do, you know? Like, it's causing me a lot of stress, and it's causing me a lot of money as well, or yeah, costing me a lot of money. And I was just like, I just don't think I should do it. I just don't think I should. That's not to say I might not do it in the future, you know, like I said, I still think that college is one of those things where it's like, you kind of need it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go somewhere good in life, you kind of need to do that shit, which personally I hate, but like, that's not for me to dictate, you know. Can this guy kill? This guy has so many ways to kill my teacher, but I'm just gonna plop it down anyway. I don't really know where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is that, like, you know, fuck. What I'm saying is that school isn't for everyone, you know, and I don't think what I did was like bad, you know what I mean? Like, I think dropping out of college wasn't a bad decision. I just think it was a painful one, you know, and I just had to. I don't fucking know, man. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, I don't even know, bro. I'm not worried about that. I can weed spray that. I don't know. I think maybe when I started college, I was just not in the right mindset or something, and you know, I just couldn't really put my all into it. I think it's also been hard because I, you know, don't really know what I want to do in my life, and that's something I already mentioned, but it's just like, you know, I kind of feel like when you're going through college and you don't have any of that kind of like direction, or like, you know, because I was bouncing between majors and stuff, you know, like you just don't have that direction or that drive and that like passion to really get into something, you know, like it just makes it hard, you know, and sometimes in some cases like not worth it, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times people get like degrees that they spend like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on, and you know, like, well, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but you know what I mean, just like a lot of like fuck ton of money on, and you know, it just never, like they just never go anywhere with it, you know, and you end up working some job that like doesn't even pertain to your degree. That's just not where I want to end up, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just not where I want to end up. And I know a lot of people probably share that sentiment. It's that just like, bro, what the fuck is this guy doing? I don't know. Anyways, after all that happened, I just started taking it slow. You know, just, you know, went back home and I, you know, just got a job that can support me, you know, and just kind of be a job that just is like my flow of income. I don't need to do much more. And I don't know. I guess I'm like at this point in my life, I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do, you know. Which is a long, I feel like it's a long and deep journey to go on. And do I want to teleport this turn? I kind of do. I mean, we're passing anyway. I'm not playing it during zombies, but okay, this guy's gonna slap me with some beans. I got heals for this. It's all good. Now that he clogged his lanes, actually, this is not a bad play because this is faked up still. And I'm gonna want to, yeah, we're gonna heal for sure. I'm low-key fine with the, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I'm low-key fine with the seedlings thing, just at least it's not a fig. I just want to kill this fig so they don't keep transforming and shit. I don't even remember where I was in that little rant, but yeah, I'm just working out the quirks in life, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's a tedious process, so just taking it as it goes type of deal right now. Maybe I should have teleported that, who knows? Bounce? Yo, please bounce my trickster. On everything, bounce my trickster. Fuck. I can still teleport it, it's fine. Pine cleanse. It's fine. Pine cleanse will not be that big of a deal. Let's see. This is gonna be, he's gonna move here, that's fine. This guy does not know how this environment works, does he? Okay. So let's teleport. I'm fine with taking the 3 and 3. Put this guy here. We can make this guy do 0. Or we can make one of these guys do 0. I kind of like this instead. I'm looking for a trickster here. Another trickster would be Fi. If I could grab one. And there he is. Beautiful. So now let's just spam our tricks. This deck is nasty, I can't lie. This deck is fucking nasty because he's already dead. I don't know why he hasn't conceded yet. I'm just gonna keep spamming him. BM value? You know it. GG. Nice. Hell yeah. Anyways, if you watching are struggling with, you know, like where you want to go in life or any of these kinds of deals, like if you want my advice, although I don't know how good my advice is, but if you want my advice, just take it slow, man. Just take it easy, you know what I mean? Like if you have the time, use the time, you know, because like I keep worrying about like where, like, you know, I keep worrying about like, oh, is it too late for me to do this or that? And every time I start worrying a lot, I just have to sit back and be like, I'm 21 years old. I'm 21, by the way. And that's not like a totally like, it's not a totally like young age, you know, like if you're 18, you really are like fresh out the box, you know what I mean? But like, do I want to keep this leftovers? I'm kind of thinking no. Yeah, I like that. But also, you know, like 21 is young as fuck, you know, like you know, when people say that you have your whole life ahead of you, they really do mean that shit. Also, this game's gonna be too easy, bro. He's running pea shooter. Oh lord. Oh lord, do I have a surprise for you? Let's put this on heights, maybe? Yeah. I don't want it on heights, it's fine. I don't want him to have, like, cabbage pulp. Oh, well, it would get sucked anyway. Anyways, yeah, if you got the time, man, just use it. You know, just bide your time if you got it, you know. I constantly have to remind myself how much time I have. And, I think it's a comforting thought, you know. Knowing that, like, my life isn't going anywhere. You know, I have plenty of time to build on it. And, you know, I have a large journey to still go through, you know what I mean? Like, I've barely gotten into the weeds of it yet, you know? But all that being said, I'm going to save this in case I draw Trickster. All that being said, I do eventually want to go back to school. You know? I think it's a good thing. Like I said, not only for the experience, not only for the people that you meet and the things that you learn, but like, because, you know, a degree helps, you know, a degree helps. And you could go through life as like a, you know, you could just be like a manager at a fucking Popeyes or some shit your whole life and be content with that. And if you're content with that, bro, like, all power to you. But just gonna pop this so he doesn't die. But and you know, in some places that like you can just work like that your whole life and make a living that way, and that's litty, you know, that's awesome. But I don't know, I think once I've done more soul searching, you know, once I've done more like thinking about where I want to end up in life and like what kind of shit I want to do, I think that's when I'll know when the right time to go back to college is. Fuck. Oh wait, that gets moved. Well, it doesn't matter. No, I can actually still weed spray that. That's fine. I'm not worried. I think we do this, and I'm probably just gonna keep the snow pea there. I need some draw right now. I need some Trickster. Let's go, Trickster! Okay. Maybe I should play more tricks this turn then. Yeah, let me put another going viral down. And we'll use some leftovers, why not? I'll leave it at that though. What turn is it? I honestly don't even know. It's turn 6. I could get away with Trickster this turn, couldn't I? This would make it 7 and then 6, yeah. Okay, so if he leaves the lane open, he could just die here. That's what I'm gonna do. If he does leave the lane open, I'm just gonna go for the Trickster. That was a good bounce. Twas a good bounce, if only it mattered. If only it mattered. Let's go here, let's go here, and since we're not doing Trickster, I'm probably just gonna rip the superpowers. Nice. Just throw them all down, fuck it. And if you really don't know what to do in your life, you know, you could always just play PvZ Heroes all day. You know what I'm saying? That's nice and fulfilling. Don't do that. That was a joke. Oh maybe I should have put Trickster. It's okay. I can do it next turn. I'm not worried about losing to this guy. He has like low-key nothing. Low-key nothing. Freezing me. Just let it go, little bro. I kind of hope I proc his block here. Oh, that freezes. Fuck. I didn't. God damn it. I didn't think about that. It's okay. Let's just do. I mean, I could just play everything in my hand, no? Really no point in playing the teacher, but I just don't want to take the damage, so. In case he has some like bonus attack fertilizer combo. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, like, you know, lately I've been going through that kind of phase in my life where I'm just like cycling between that, like, what am I doing? And then I'm like, I don't need to be doing anything. You know what I mean? I'm just doing me. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the videos pumping though. I'm actually enjoying doing these kinds of videos, even if like whatever I'm saying is like stupid, or like this video where I'm just like talking about my feelings on life and shit, and it's like none of this really matters. I mean, I wouldn't say none of it matters, because again, this is kind of like acting as like a journaling exercise, so it's not like this isn't going anywhere, but it's just like, this is for me, you know, and I'm enjoying this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Although maybe I'll do like Pokemon or like Clash Royale or some shit tomorrow instead of PvZ Heroes. Regardless, that was today's video. Here's my deck again if you guys want to look at it. Shout out PvZ Tryhard for making this deck. It's sweaty as shit. So if you want wins, make that deck. It's fun. Alright. Peace out, guys.